We start off by running our backend where our default admin is pre-configured. Here we can see that in our database, the admin is pre-configured and exists in the MongoDB. Now we can use it to log in. To demonstrate that we can log in with this admin details, we are logging in and it is accepted. Now we can start running our front end. As an additional feature, we allowed staff to register, but through admin approval or rejection. When we entered a password length of 5 characters, it is rejected with the help of the regex patterns that require a minimum character count of 8 characters. When we correct the password, the registration is accepted. Now we can log in with the admin credentials given to us to approve or reject this staff that registered. Here is the staff portal or dashboard where we can approve this registration. Now we can log in with that staff details. And it is accepted. Now this staff user can approve and see users, payments, and register new users. Users are registered by the admin, and now we can log in with the user details. Once the user is logged in, they can create payments. And their payments can be viewed with a status of pending. Let's add another payment, and this time in a different currency. Now we log back in to the staff portal. Here, the staff sees the corresponding payments made by the user, and the staff can approve or reject these payments made. Logging back into the user, we see the status update of those payments rejected and approved. When we go to our database, we see all these entries that are saved. Here, we show that the registration from a user isn't possible, it is disabled. Only staff can create user login details. As we can see, only registered users can log in.
As you can see, we have our DevOps pipeline. This DevOps pipeline is currently in progress. When we push or pull any code, the DevSecOps pipeline runs. Here you can see all of our successful runs. And if you go in, you'll be able to see in more detail. Okay, as you go in and see more detail, you'll also be able to see any artifacts or documents that have been compiled. You're able to download or copy those documents. With the successful pipeline workflow on the side, you can see it says it has all the successful runs, so static application security all the way down to our security monitoring and alerts, as well as dynamic API security testing. And all the various tests are on the side with a tick to show that they have all run successfully. The main purpose of the DevSecOps pipeline is so that we could consistently test our code without having to test it at the end. With every push and with every pull, we're testing every commit.
Our application includes several built-in security measures to protect data. Helmet adds secure HTTP headers to protect against common web vulnerabilities. Course controls which external sources can access the API. Cross-site scripting clean removes malicious input to prevent cross-site scripting attacks. Express Mongo sanitization prevents NoSQL injection by cleaning data requests. Express rate limiting limits repeated requests to defend against brute force and DDoS attacks. Cookie parser handles cookies used for sessions and authentication. Morgan logs HTTP requests helps track suspicious activities and maintain transparency.
For password security, password hashing has been implemented in the back end where the user passwords are hashed using bcrypt and salting. This means that the user password won't be stored as plain text in the database, but it will be stored as hashed passwords. We have also implemented password validation where the password that is stored in the database is compared with bcrypt and the JSON Web Token that is assigned. Furthermore, for password validation, regex patterns have been applied where the password has to have a minimum of 8 characters, 1 uppercase letter, 1 lowercase letter, 1 number, and at least 1 special character. For the JSON Web Token security, the tokens are assigned with a secret key and verified on every route. This ensures that invalid tokens are rejected. Another way we've implemented for security purposes is brute force protection. So this prevents repeated login attempts and password guessing from attackers. And lastly, for server security, we have applied Helmet, XSS, no injection SQL, and course in the server.